I made my first record, I started my own record company for it. It cost $12.50. And I made the record myself because the last thing I wanted to do was depend on anybody. Because if you're a musician and you depend on somebody, every time you criticize what they are not doing, it's your fault. You know, because unless you find those right people, nobody's going to do it for you. And, you know, I lucked out, though. You know, I had a lot going for me. But I built the studio. I researched how to make the record. I talked to friends. I made a record that was flexible. And then I figured out what's the next step, and it was distribution. So I called up every distributor in the world, you know. And first I looked into getting a record contract. And it was the deal. When I got the deal, the conventional record contract, I wanted to throw up forever. It's insanity, you know. And I was saying, I worked on this record, and you want to, you know, give me how much, and this is how the deals are? Oh, that's the way they all are. And I just couldn't go through with it. So I cut out the record company. I went right to distributors. And I found a guy who really believed in me, and he took my record, and he was paying me at the time like $4.10 for a record, because this was before CDs. And he sold 1,000. And I was like, God, $4,000, you know? And then he sold another 1,000. And another 1,000, and I had some great momentum because I had you know, the Frank days and stuff like that, and then I had joined David Lee Roth's band, and I was basically famous overnight, and CDs came out, and I still had the distribution deal, but for the CDs I was getting $7.50. Do you know that's completely unheard of? And I sold like 400,000 of them. You know, as a result of the momentum of like this film I was in, and you know, it's some nice, you know, some things fell into place, and I'm sitting there, and to this day, you know, that company was bought by Sony, and you know, when they have to write a check to Vive for $7.50 for every flexible record, I know that those guys are sitting there scratching their head, going, "How the hell did this happen?" I lucked out, but the point I'm making is, I was very resourceful. You know, and I just said, okay, I'm not gonna let anything stop me from doing this. And I had some lucky breaks too, you know. But I just was neurotic about my research and everything, and it really worked for me.